This is video number 10 on my Neil channel. And one of my earlier videos, I mentioned that I don't really know what this channel is going to be about. It was for me just a challenge to start recording YouTube videos and sharing my truths and my wisdom and my insights. But actually, what I wanted to happen happened. And that is, I got a flash of insight from the infinite intelligence what, of course, this channel is going to be about. Okay? And that's basically two things. The two things which my soul, my whole being, is constantly busy with. Busy in the terms of what excites me the most, what I contemplate the most about, what I share with others the most, how I earn my money also. And that's two things: consciousness and leadership. Consciousness is, if there's one genre in books I've read the most, if there's one genre in YouTube videos I've watched the most, it's definitely everything related to human consciousness and the infinite intelligence and the collective consciousness, everything consciousness based. And on the other side, there is leadership. I'm tremendously fascinated since I started leadership career at age 17. Leadership just fascinates me. You know, there is this unseen connection between people and an organization. And consciousness and leadership is so much connected to that. You know, in leadership, it is all about being conscious towards others, being conscious towards yourself, being very humble towards your own limitations, being very vulnerable to what you can and what you cannot. And I think there's such a tremendously overlap. It's almost like two sides of the same metal, right? Like leadership and consciousness, I think they're actually the same thing. So this channel is going to be, or actually is from now on, about conscious leadership. That feels so in tune with my whole being that is what I want to announce here today. So that means that you will start to see more videos around, also some practical videos around, you know, how you can strengthen yourself as a leader. I got 26 plus years now on journey of, you know, everything people in organizations. And also a good 12 years, 13 years after what I call like the day that I woke up and realized that there is something like consciousness. The day that I woke up that I could see like, hang on, something in me observes the thoughts and behaviors and actions. That was like the first moment I got. That was like 13 years ago. So this channel is gonna be about that conscious leadership. I think we are anyway as humanity on an upgoing trend in raised conscious awareness. Humanity as a whole is waking up, and of course the sum. Humanity is the sum of all souls in there. If consciousness is an ocean, we're all part of the same ocean. We're just little drops of the ocean that are traveling through the air, and we feel like we are individual, but when we die, we fall back into the ocean. This is a great analogy from the book Reality Transurfing. And so I read all of the books of David Hawkins, and David Hawkins already mentioned that he could calibrate human consciousness levels, and he has this whole methodology for it. It's fascinating. I tried some of his methodologies from his book on myself, and it's definitely true how our body responds to truth or falsehood. And so in one of his books, he describes how humanity is actually, for the first time, calibrated above 100. Now, what does that mean? In a nutshell, is for the first time, human collective consciousness has moved into what we call like the positive side of consciousness. Okay, so it's for the first time in history of consciousness in humans, as a collective, we are growing on a positive side. That means that there are still people that are in a very negative state of consciousness. Okay, there's still people that are operating from shame, fear, guilt, anger, the cause of all wars, the cause of all misery on the planet, right? And there is then the ones that have a higher conscious awareness. They calibrate on a higher level. Let's say on a score of 3, 4, 5, 600. The maximum is 1,000. According to David Hawkins, Jesus Christ calibrated at a level of 1,000. Okay, so it's like the highest conscious aware person that has existed in so far history of human consciousness. Which makes sense because, you know, all the books around Christianity and is all centered around Jesus, right? But also other prophets from, for example, Muhammad, he's also described, he also calibrates very high, 700, 800 or something, on the level of unconditional love, actually. Anyway, I'm rambling again, coming back to the point, like that level of consciousness that we have as humans, but we have also as individuals, has such a tremendous impact on your effectiveness as a leader. You can't fathom actually how much that matters, okay? And it's, for me, so striking how little people out there are aware that their state of consciousness is actually the key thing that influences their people. It's not what you say. It's not the rewards you're giving to people. It's not the goals. It's not the praise. It's all these things help. But it all starts or ends with your own level of consciousness. And there's so many videos coming around all these topics. But also very practical videos. I really want also that you... I mean, I failed for the first 10 years of my career. You know, like I had people standing outside and striking against me, wanting me gone because I was such a bad leader. I was an asshole leader, really. I was. So I made my learnings and I made my mistakes. And there was no YouTube channels when I grew up as a leader. It was just trial and error. So, and most of these things, doesn't matter that it happened 2 decades ago. The human structure is the same, you know. The human reward system is the same. The human psychology, in essence, is the same. You know, it's just Jungian, Freudian psychology was valid 100 years ago. It's still valid today, right? So even though we are living in the era of AI and everything, just the structure of humans is the same. And we're not there yet that AI will replace everything. And even though AI will replace everything, humans will follow humans. Humans will want to connect with each other on a deeper level. And leadership is, for a large part, about your consciousness, level of consciousness as a leader, and therefore your connection with the people in the organization. So, I'm super excited about this. And... you know, I've set myself a goal to, I'm not going to look at views. I'm not going to look at subscribers. I aim to make every video better than the previous one. And I aim to make 100 videos. You know, I think after 100 videos, you can say like you have put enough of reps to see whether or not you have mastered a skill. At least 100. So that's my commitment to you. In my next video, I will definitely cover one of the first leadership topics. See you in the next video.